Fact-checking initiative Tsek.PH says Vice President Leni Robredo is the biggest victim of disinformation carrying negative messaging since January 2022. Meanwhile, Bongbong Marcos is the biggest beneficiary of disinformation carrying positive messaging. UP Diliman Associate Professor Yvonne Chua reveals the group's findings at a Senate hearing Wednesday, February 2. She says Tsek.PH has curated more than 200 fact checks, adding that the trend persists despite efforts to stop disinformation. Chua says a majority of the malicious posts are directed against Robredo, calling her the biggest victim of disinformation or bad actors. She adds disinformation pieces that shape opinion about Marcos, however, are largely positive. Even when it comes to COVID-19 related disinformation, Chua says the majority of these tend to boost government efforts, often with the use of false or misleading statistics or information. Meantime, Robredo says she wants to clean up the government in her first 100 days if she wins the presidency. In an interview with DZRH Wednesday, February 2, Robredo says choosing the right cabinet officials will symbolize her serious commitment to a clean government. She also says she will prioritize the health sector if she becomes president, given that the Philippines is still in a pandemic. The vice president says she will make sure her government will control the spread of COVID-19, adding that curbing the pandemic will set to motion many things. Weeks after a record-breaking surge due to the Omicron variant, the health department says the entire Philippines is now back to moderate risk classification for COVID-19. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere on Wednesday, February 2, says the Philippines now shows a negative 1-week and 2-week growth rate. She says the average daily attack rate dropped to 19.43 cases per 1,000 individuals. Vergere adds the national health system capacity, both total beds and intensive care units, are also both low risk. The Philippines was placed under critical risk status on January 10 due to rising COVID-19 cases. Though cases have been declining for the past days, daily infections are still higher than what's being reported before the Omicron surge.
Need more context, clarity, and perspective? Get the full picture with Rappler Plus. With exclusive content and events, you'll get an opportunity to discuss issues with reporters, experts, and featured guests while helping Rappler continue its fearless journalism. Join now.
Senator Richard Gordon says many Filipinos have lost trust in President Rodrigo Duterte after a Senate panel uncovered anomalies in the government's pandemic contracts with Pharmally Pharmaceutical Corporation. Gordon on Wednesday, February 2, says he is not concerned their partial report implicating Duterte in the Pharmally scandal will hurt his chances at re-election. After 18 hearings, the panel's partial report says complaints should be filed against Duterte once his term ends for his failure to go after his appointees and businessmen behind the questionable deals. The Senate panel is also recommending the filing of multiple criminal complaints against several Duterte appointees and Chinese businessmen. Among them are former Presidential Economic Advisor Michael Yang, Health Secretary Francisco Duque III, and former Budget Undersecretary Lloyd Christopher Lau. Gordon is seeking another Senate term in the next election. Gordon says he is banking on his track record, not on his committee's findings on the Pharmally controversy, to keep his Senate seat. Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady announces his retirement Tuesday, February 1. He is widely considered the greatest player in NFL history after winning a record 7 Super Bowl championships. He writes on social media, "I have always believed the sport of football is an all-in proposition. I have loved my NFL career, and now it is time to focus my time and energy on other things that require my attention." The 44-year-old football star spent 20 seasons with the New England Patriots, winning 6 Super Bowl titles. He then relocated to Tampa Bay and led the Bucs to a championship last season. He appeared in a record 10 Super Bowls, winning the game's MVP award 5 times. His 15 Pro Bowl selections is the most in league history. "I am so proud of what we have achieved. My teammates, coaches, fellow competitors, and fans deserve 100% of me, but right now, it's best I leave the field of play to the next generation of dedicated and committed athletes." Actor Enchong Dee surrendered to the National Bureau of Investigation or NBI on Monday, January 31, over a cyber libel complaint. The complaint stemmed from his tweet about the lavish wedding of Drivers United for Mass Progress and Equal Rights representative Claudine Diana Bautista Lim. In a statement on February 1, Dee's lawyer said he voluntarily submitted himself to the authorities and posted bail. The statement also made it clear Dee has not made any attempt to evade arrest, and he will be taking all the necessary legal actions to defend himself against the lawsuit. The actor was among those who criticized the congresswoman for having an extravagant wedding in the middle of a pandemic. He tweeted on August 14, 2021, "The money for commuters and drivers went to her wedding. Let's not prolong this conversation and don't say otherwise." He later deleted the tweet and issued an apology for posting it, saying he had a lapse in judgment. In November 2021, Lim filed a complaint against Dee, saying his tweet was defamatory and malicious. She also said it depicted her as a corrupt public official. She sought 1 billion pesos in damages each from Dee and another Twitter user who retweeted him.